This is Korea, The Forgotten War. It's part of the Operational Combat series from MMP Games. We're looking at the situation at the end of the first turn for the full Korean War scenario, which covers the first year of the war. Main things that have happened has been the North Korean surprise attack, which is across the border enforced. They tried a couple of overruns with their armour. It's difficult for them to overrun because of the low mobility of most of their troops, but they have a couple of armour formations, and there was an overrun possibility by some infantry at one point where they were close enough to do it. The net effect was pretty unsuccessful. To be quite honest, they faced some of the A01, D01 type results, which when you're using your decent armoured units, which can't be replaced because they've got a yellow dot on their quality rating, whatever it's called. I can't remember the exact term for it. Quality is what I would call effectiveness, I think it is. You don't want to lose those units, so you just end up retreating. So that wasn't very successful. They did an air attack. The air attack was really successful due to a very good die roll. Actually managed to inflict one of those half parenthesis results, and they ended up getting a step loss out of it, so that was good. They had a couple of goes with artillery. I'm never a big fan of artillery in OCS because it consumes so much supply, and the 3 artillery attacks, and 2 of them were a complete waste of time, and the other one managed to get a DG, which is disorganisation, which was good because it helped the breakthrough. Other things we've got here, so they're very close to the Incheon River and Seoul here. Actually, no, it's the Han River, isn't it? Yeah, they crossed the Incheon River, that's the Han River near Seoul. They made a reasonable penetration here. But yet again, low mobility. They did get a couple of exploitations, which helped them penetrate further. But they got about as far as you can expect, considering they had to overcome resistance at virtually every point. Not heavy resistance. Managed to capture a hedgehog here. The South Koreans, there was not a lot they could do really. They managed to sort of just pull some units back, sort of move some units from the south forward, move a bit of supply around. They moved the 1st Infantry back into Seoul and moved the Capital Division to the south of Seoul. So they've done better than they did historically, because the game doesn't really produce the utter chaos of the first 2 weeks for the south. Unless I'm missing a specific rule, I'm sure I've read it all. For all the special rules for the south. So obviously we know what's going on, being that in fact I'm playing a game here, and so knowing how to respond properly. Well, I say respond properly. I'm not an expert on OCS. I'm just picking it up again, really. So that was about it. They didn't manage to do anything else. They got some strap move units, trying to get them closer to the front. Right, there was no. They managed to get the South Koreans managed to get a single replacement step, but that's pretty useless for replacements here. Virtually everything neat, apart from battalions, which we haven't got a dead battalion, needs a full, well, at least 2 pack steps to recover, or it may even require armoured steps. Well, admittedly, the south haven't got any armour, so that's not really relevant. Just trying to think, anything else that's happened really? No, as I say, the north got some supply, and they roll on a variable supply tables, where in the south they don't. They've actually got fixed supply and rail, whereas the communists are having to use a variable table. They also picked up a couple of packs, but they had nothing to replace them with on their turn because they went first. Right, let's just have a quick discussion about a couple of other things. We've been on to the MMP website, and there are some counter errors on the sort of UN forces, Philippines, Thai, Turkish and Ethiopian units have got the incorrect values on the back. I think they're all mixed up. So you've got some counters there you can print off, cut, and I'll glue them with wood glue onto the back of the counters, correcting them. I've also got a bit of errata from the MMP website. Nothing drastic at all. This is pretty minor for a game like this. There's a house rule thing here that you can use to make the terrain a lot worse than it actually is. I'm not going to use that, to be honest. Other things we picked up. I'm just going to move you very, very slowly, trying to make you so you're not getting completely dizzy by this. What I have done is I've created this little board here where I'm keeping my formations off the board, so it reduces the size of stacks. It's something that I picked up from DAC, playing DAC 2, where somebody's created a load of these things. Very, very nice they are too as well, which are laminated and used in that game, and so I've carried on using them here. Another thing I picked up, yet again we're going to move you again slowly but surely over to this generic dump chart here. Now that's something I got off Board Game Geek. So you get these generic dump counters that come with the game, and then you can just stick the actual amounts of actual supply on there. Now I think they intended you to actually put the counters on there, but I'm just using a marker pen and keeping a score on where, well, some of the dumps I've marked where they are actually on the board, and the North Korean ones at the top and the South Korean ones at the bottom. That's just that's been really useful. It removes all the fiddly stuff of constantly moving tokens around and things like that. So I think that's a good addition. And that's it for the end of the first turn. I won't be doing a video for every turn, but this is over 100 turns if I get that far with it. So we'll probably do a video every 5 turns, something like that. We'll see, or we'll do a video where there's something worth reporting. There's a lot of movement or activity, and that's it for situation at end of turn 1.